Well, Addie Bear and I are heading home. I'll tell you one thing. I started my car before I get in it, just to go from the barn to the house is 10 minutes. I am frozen right now. You know, we were in a big hurry to get to the barn today because we didn't want to turn to mud. Well, James had qualifiers at 10 also, but we didn't want it to turn to mud, so we rushed to the barn to get the sets done. I had to train a few more horses. We'll talk about them. But it never got muddy. It did on the back track a bit, like the track by our barn if you've ever been there. But the main track stayed good, and I'm going to tell you what, damp and freezing all day. Some good sets today. You know, the track was deep and a little icy, so I didn't know how it would be today, but it just, not great weather. You know, one of those days where you see all the ice frozen on the trees, and we got there and all the jog carts were just covered in a layer of ice. Just that nasty freezing rain feeling, and it just burns right through your clothes, right into your bones almost, and you just freeze. Anyway, we get the sets over with today, and we get some horses trained. I'll start with the trainers just so it's fresh in my memory. I train Crantini, and I don't know whether it's the swimming and the walker. You know, I had a million messages from people yesterday. What's wrong with Crantini? Why is he swimming? There's nothing wrong with him. I'm just breaking up his routine. I told everybody I want to be the one to go with him for a little while. I want him on a strict routine. He's not getting an inch. So we have his head check on, we have the martingale on him. And I don't want to fight with him, but I do want to let him know there's a line in the sand. I won't cross it, and you won't cross it either. And he's been very obedient, to be honest. He was great last week when I trained him. We come back from Jamaica. I was here the next day and went with him. He was great, especially for him. And then to have him swim and go on the walker all week. I thought today, I said, all right, 2 good training trips in a row. You know, one of these times he's going to throw me a curveball. I went out today, and it was James went with him a lot last year, so I didn't go with him a ton. But the best training trip I've ever seen him go. The best time I've ever seen, never threw his head once, not one time. And that is hard to do. You know, there's always going to be a little leeway, a wide berth for Crantini. It's going to throw his head a bit. Okay, fine. You know, he's going to act up a bit. Okay, fine. But today it was just, the horse was perfect. Brace for Landing trained good today. I watched Dominic train Spitfire, and Carter Michael Dio, Unbeatable Kemp trained today. All the horses I saw go, I thought looked great.
I saw Tiger train.
You saw Tiger train?
Yeah.
How did he do?
He did well.
He did well?
Yeah.
I actually did see Tiger train too. I forgot about Tiger.
And I almost you might get muffin while I have in my hand.
You almost dropped the muffin you had in your hand? Yeah.
No, right over about this he did.
Oh. Do you know who else I saw train today?
Yeah.
Locatelli. He trained good. It was a training day for almost everybody today.
Oh, I didn't saw Wokitelli.
I saw Locatelli.
Well.
He was on the track. He trained good. Resolute Bay trained today. Everybody I saw, but you know the one thing, they all kind of struggled in the turns a bit. All of them, even the aged horses, because they were deep. And as I said to my wife, I said, honey, look at the jog carts when we come in. How much ice was on them? Well, you think it just rained on the jog carts? It didn't rain on the track. It was like this much material. Great track to train on. But mixed in with that, and likely a little bit underneath that, was kind of a slick kind of icy surface. And you could tell a lot of the horses were really struggling through it. The babies went good tail. I'll get to them right now. First set, Hallie in the Clouds. So Hallie in the Clouds did well, but was acting up down the lane, and Amy said she's just not paying attention. So she got to go 2 trips today. I went with her by herself after, and her memory must be spot on because I spoke to her going out of there. I didn't want to go a lot with her. This wasn't I want you to go hard. This was just do your work properly. I went out of there with her and backed her up. I went a mile in 2:51 or 2:52, but it felt like I could go a mile in 2:20. She felt very, very good. So just means that maybe she was getting ahead of Amy a little bit. But her memory was spot on because I didn't even have to speak to her today. She was on point for the entire mile and a half that I went with her, maybe a mile and a quarter. The first mile and a half she went with Amy. She was okay. She just dogging it a little bit, just taking advantage of Amy's kindness, I believe. But when I jumped in behind her, as I said, her memory, perfect. Drebin was awesome today. I'm very, very happy with Drebin. Tightened his martingale up, put the back to the bike hobbles on him, and he was awesome today. Watch Your Mouth, I believe, went good. Greg went with him. He was good. George of the Jungle made a break, but again, the flip-flops, he struggles in the turns sometimes. Any day we had a deep track or a poor track at the farm, you could tell George just wasn't quite his best. He did his work as well as he could. He just made a little mistake. Flash fly. James loves going with her, and I love that he likes her. She was exceptionally good. I saw Insider Trading finishing up her mile, very good. Seasons of Love finishing up her mile, very good from the outside. Drebin on the inside and Insider Trading on the outside. We finished up very strong together right at the wire with Seasons of Love on the outside. This is not the first set. I was going to say, how could I go... Oh, no, that's right. I went with Drebin. Drebin, Insider Trading finished up together. Seasons of Love was on the outside. In behind them was Flash Fly, Watch Your Mouth, Hallie in the Clouds, and then George of the Jungle had made a break. He caught up a little bit down the lane, but that's where they finished. And then, as I said, Hallie in the Clouds won again. She is very, very strong. Second set, again, I saw that somebody said, where'd Winter Bell's shares go? I don't know. I think... and Danny put it as well as you could. Danny said to me, he goes, I don't know how to use the site well, but when I look, there can't possibly be any shares of Winter Bells left. I said, last I checked, there was 40, 50 at one point. He goes, you realize she's the best pacer on the grounds right now. And he goes, I guess I can't speak for all the other stables, but I think it's fair in saying she's the fastest one we have right now. I think you're probably right, Danny. Yeah, I think you're right. So, Winter Bells, I don't know exactly why it took so long for her to sell out, but Philly was awesome again. Amy just came first over and pounded them again today. She got up just to beat Lonely Lakewood at the wire. Johnny said he was good. We just didn't want to go too much with him, with any of them. He said Winter Bells just got up. He said he just left Lonely Lakewood alone, which was great. I was right in behind them. I didn't even move. I was second over with Timus on my side and then dropped him down to the rail and was kind of climbing over Johnny. I just want him like that. That's one of the things James and I do agree with this guy. Keep him bottled. Bottle up, bottle up, bottle up. And then when the time comes, he just looks so good and feels so good. Very happy with him. McPaisley was good. James Arthur, my father's horse, was good again. And Blarney Castle was right in between somewhere. I think he was right beside me, finishing up also. He looked good. He looked good also. So a great set in there. No mistakes in that set at all. And all the horses look good. Then we went in the third set. James had to leave, so I scratched Rito's Lady. I'm sending Rito's Lady and International Spy just over to get looked at this week, just to make sure they're okay. We did have some news from Ohio. I'll get to that in a minute also. I went with Rito's Lady after. She was a little bit sick, 1 mile and 2:55, but she's not ready to push forward just yet. So the third set was easy in the turns. Don't talk about Bruno. Punch the clock. J-Port Beach Boy, great bet. Punch the clock, made a break down the backstretch. Just green. Keep in mind, it's not like, oh, she missed a month. She almost died. It was almost in a complete reset at that point. We brought her back. In the stall for a month is not off for a month. Off for a month is in the field or something. In the stall for a month is quite a bit different. As I said, almost a full reset with her. She's still a little flabby. She's very green. And as I followed Johnny with Don't Talk About Bruno down the backstretch, she just got looking around, and I think she just kind of veered out like she was going to pull up a little bit. Just the stuff that the babies did a month ago, maybe even 6 weeks ago. That's what she did. Got all out of gear at a kilter and just rolled off, come back trotting and did her work very, very well after. I'm really happy with the way she looked. From my vantage point, Easy on the Turns had tied up 2 weeks ago. She was a little flat today, Amy said, but did her work well. The three horses across the track finishing up were Great Bet, J-Port Beach Boy, and Don't Talk About Bruno. Now, I did hear Johnny say he didn't quite get up, so that left the two pacers. Great Bet on the front, Don't Talk About Bruno had shot to, J-Port Beach Boy had shot to the inside, and they finished up, doesn't take long, and they finished up right beside each other. They look very good. Addie, you want to go sleep out here? Because we're home now. Do you want to go in the house, or do you want me to stay out here with you and go seepies? You want to go inside, or do you want to have a little nap right here? Because we're home now. Inside. Okay. All right. I did get a message today. I did have the vet start to go over some of the horses a little more thoroughly. found out the Vaquero Blue Chip is actually Ridgeling, so he's going to have to go to the Brown University and be castrated this week. They did find, no, there's no OCDs with him. The OCD in the left hind ankle of Blanton's Blue, just a tiny one. I think we'll probably take it out. Now that we're taking it out, why don't we castrate him? This guy just needs to get his work. I can't keep giving him carte blanche. I can't keep giving him this wide berth that other horses did not get. So I think we're going to send him to get that OCD taken out. When they do, castrate him. I think that's what we're going to do with Blanton's Blue. And then when it comes to Sedona Hill was getting on a line a little bit. I said to Mike, I want to nip this in the bud. This is really one of our very best Ohio, maybe one of our best fillies, but definitely one of our best Ohio fillies. What do you think? He went all over X-Rater everywhere. Tiny OCD left front ankle. We'll pull that out also just because. I want to make sure she's at 100% when she gets to the races. So those three little things today: Ridgeling, Vaquero Blue Chip, castrate him, castrate Blanton's Blue, take the OCD out of the left hind ankle, and take the left front ankle, take an OCD out of Sedona Hill. So now you're up to date. Now we still got all the videos to do today, but I'm very happy with the babies here. Great reviews from the babies over there. No specifics, but they said everybody did their work well. Not shocking. They've been very good over there also. So a good day of training here. I did make a video last night about Macho Martini, and I was a little frustrated when I made it, so I didn't actually post it. I'll talk extensively about him, some of the other issues we have going on right now, how we're going to rectify them, and what we're going to do. But tonight, I'm going to be paying very close attention to Haunted House and JK Victory. Good luck to my partners in those horses. We'll see how they race tonight. Hope you're having a good day. It is cold here. Take care.